one of the things I wanted to know is, like, when you thought about college, what did you expect when you were going to come to college, right? Did it meet your expectations? But, like, what did you expect?
Everyone has that expectation of, like, oh, I'm going to go meet people like me. But especially coming somewhere like QU, you know, PWI, all that, like, you're coming into a space that is not necessarily where people are like you, and you're always going to get that culture shock of, like, oh, like, I was expecting more of me. I know you're from the city as well, like, a couple other people on the panel from the city, so it's like, in the city, we're blessed, and, like, we're lucky enough to get that diversity in our schools and in our communities where, like, we see a bunch of different people. But then you come here and it's like, you know, you have people from just that one area they've always seen people that always look like them their whole life, and they don't know what it's like to experience somebody else that's different from them.
That's interesting because, like you said, some of you guys are from the city. I'm from the suburbs, so I'm always used to being, like, one of the only persons of color, being the only black woman in a space. So for me, choosing Quinnipiac was, okay, they're giving me the most money. It's kind of close to home, so, like, it's a perfect fit. It's good for my major, so that's why I chose it. So I knew already when I went on the tours and I admitted students, not a lot of people are going to look like me. But I was like, that's fine, because in the end of the day, I'm going to get my education, and I'm going to do what I have to do to succeed. I think coming to Quinnipiac, it showed me that, like, diversity, it's not always around, and that's fine, but you really have to kind of take that step and be like, okay, fine. I'll handle it. I'll be that person, like, the only person in that space. And, like, where do we go from there? And as a journalism major, I meet so many people, like, within my field when I do my stories and whatnot, and I just learn so much. And it's true, like, you really do need people that look like you in spaces for different reasons, like you said, to help better yourself and other people that are around you.
So I'm an immigrant. I was born in the Dominican Republic, and then I had moved to New York. So honestly, all my life, I've been surrounded by, I guess you could say, diversity. So moving to here, to Connecticut, I came to this high school, and I was basically like, there was a few people that looked like me, but it was, you know, it was a lot of white people. So honestly, from knowing Quinnipiac was a predominantly white school, it did not scare me or anything. It wasn't like, oh my God, like, how am I gonna fit in? At least, no, like, I was just like, I know I'll find people that I can, you know, socialize myself with, you know, feel like I belong, because that's exactly what I did in high school.
I think for me, like, growing up, both of my parents went to Middlebury College, which is in Vermont, very rural, white neighborhood. And so I kind of had this idea that, oh yeah, when I go to college, it's gonna be mostly white people. So, like, since I was a kid, I kind of had that thought in my head. But because of my ability to be surrounded by other educated people of color, my parents, my aunts and uncles, like, that kind of prepared me, and they had a lot of discussions with me about, you know, when you go to school, you're gonna have to expect being a minority, but you have to make sure that you don't lose yourself in that space, and make sure that you still let people know that you deserve to be here. You've earned your right at the table. And like everybody said here, we all grew up in the city around different people, different backgrounds, but I find that as a blessing, because when I come to spaces like this, I can talk about a lot of different things because of my past experiences, meeting different types of people. I know more.
Yeah, and I thought I was going to go to a HBCU. Like, I was looking at Johnson C. Smith University in North Carolina. I got in, but I didn't get enough money, so the undergrad that I went to was a predominantly white institution. And so this is at the time in the 90s when I started. When did I start college? In 94, I started college, right? And that's when they were trying to diversify. Like, all of the students of color on campus could fit in my dorm room.
Wow.
Right? And I literally knew every single person of color on campus. Like, literally knew every single person of color, because diversity wasn't necessarily that, we weren't represented that greatly. And it wasn't the same push that you have now, like, to diversify campuses at that time. And so, you know, we had some struggles, but we did work in order to make the campus better for other people. Sometimes we got out of balance in the work that we were doing, but we were dedicated to making the campus, you know, better for other people, because it was important, even at a predominantly white institution, to still have a voice